regret nothing. Welcome to the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast.
Oh, I was muted. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Man, that was a fucked up start. For some reason, my OBS, I don't know, it wasn't hearing any of my desktop audio. It wasn't hearing any of you. It wasn't hearing any of me. And here we are. Do you like my costume?
I do. I love it. I don't have a costume, so I'm automatically jealous.
Your daily apparel is a costume.
Counterculture, bro.
You live a life of Halloween.
That's fair.
We are now.
Is that an ugly joke, though?
Live. Yeah. Restart, boy. We had technical difficulties. What a joke. See? The fucking Canadians don't come back again. And we have problems. I wonder how the audio levels are. Can somebody tell me in the podcast chat how are my levels? How's Kelsey's audio? Give us some test.
Yeah, let us know so I don't shatter your eardrums. My mic picks up everything.
Yeah. It sure does. It sure does. Okay, Sebastian says we're good. So it looks like we're good. Yeah, so it's been Kelsey might be a bit higher than Mike. Yeah, I do have that up a little bit because she's a mumbler. You know what I mean?
Am I? No, sometimes.
No. Hemingway says he had to refresh more than when he tried to buy a 3080. Good joke. No video cards for anybody. Sounds like a sound so sounds good, Jackson Daubert says. Anyway, Postal Redux for Switch has been out for a few weeks now.
It has.
That Kelsey's been streaming it every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. And it's stable.
It's stable, yeah. We got rid of those. Well, we didn't get rid of those crashes. Somebody got rid of those crashes. I think now they're working on getting the Air Force Base to run a little better and the load times for Rampage mode to be a little quicker.
Nice. I'm a fucking master at Air Force Base now.
You're a master
after
at
that
it.
stream.
Did you stop using the Joy-Cons?
No, I don't have a Pro controller. I'm still using
I'm going to have
Joy-Cons.
to get you a Pro controller.
Okay.
Sebastian says your mumble rap album confirmed.
I mean, if it makes me $1 million, then I'll do it.
Will you mumble rap for us real quick?
I don't listen to mumble rap. How does it go? Work. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not it, but that's fine. Whatever.
I thought that was mumble rap. Rihanna's or whatever.
I mean, there's probably somebody mumble rapping behind that, but
That's
that
true.
particular part of the song was not the mumble rap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't listen to mumble rap, so there you go.
You do look like you only listen to Rob Zombie on loop.
That's because I look like Rob Zombie with my hair.
Dragula.
I love Rob Zombie though,
So do I. It was one of my first concerts.
I've never. Oh no, I have seen him live. Yeah, with Marilyn Manson. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. See.
Uh-huh.
I knew it. I knew that's the only concert you've ever been to.
False.
Yeah, false. So anyway, yeah, Redux out for Switch, and for those that want to know, yes, it was also submitted to Sony and Microsoft. They just haven't approved it yet. So in this odd 2020 that we live in, Nintendo is the one company that said yes to Postal.
That was the true twist ending of 2020.
Right. And it's not like the others said no. They've just said nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
No
Nothing
comment.
at all. Do you ever watch The Simpsons?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Stupid Sexy Flanders episode?
Yes.
That was going to be my Halloween costume this year. I was planning to be Stupid Sexy Flanders in like
Why didn't you?
skin-tight red ski suit. Well, because Halloween's not really happening, so...
That's true, yeah. I didn't put any
little-
effort into a
I got
costume.
this little thing on my head here, this little unicorn thing. What are these called?
What, a horn?
No, the little thing that goes on your head. Like, there's a word for these, isn't there? Like,
Headband?
Yeah, something like that. A headband. I'm wearing a
It
little
should have been a
unicorn
dildo,
headband.
though. Like,
the-
why is it a horn?
I take my costumes seriously, and I'm not Orgasmo this year, Kelsey. I'm not Orgasmo. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I feel like I should watch that. Gay Flanders. Flanders is not gay, okay? He's stupid and he's sexy, but he's not gay. That's offensive. It's offensive. Have you heard the death metal band Oakley Dokley?
Yes, actually, I know of someone who knows that band, and that's how I found out about
You
it.
have 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon
Yes,
from Oakley
from
Dokley.
Oakley Dokley.
That's wow, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody in Oakley Dokley.
Well, I fucking lived in LA, so like everybody knows
That's
each
true.
other.
Everybody knows somebody that's in a band, and everybody knows an
Yep.
aspiring actor.
Very true.
That's
Or a
right.
washed up one or a failed one.
Right, which is most. So yeah, I guess there's not much to say about the Wednesday update coming to Postal 4. It's going to be dope. It's coming. It's coming along. I think you guys are going to like this day. There's going to be some good postal callbacks. Lots of bidets. There's a whole lot of bidets.
Ramping up the shenanigans.
Yeah. There's going to be some crotchy action, crotchy related action, some crotchy adjacent action. If crotchy was Adam, then crotchy's rib is going to be in the Wednesday update. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So anyway, yeah, Wednesday coming in hot. Get ready for bidets. Get ready for some toilet paper, and get ready for some crotchy co action. But the big update that's going to come out before then is we're finally going to fix that scooter. Because as fun as it is to get going kind of fast and then rolling and falling and ending up below the world, we're going to we're gonna get rid of that. We've lowered the wheelbase on the scooter. It's not as much a mobility scooter as it is a off-road mobility scooter these days. So I think you guys will like it more. What do you think, Kels? I think you've been playing around with it.
Yeah, I like it a lot better. It's definitely more sturdy.
Yeah, we've been like having try to flip the scooter competitions, and it's just not possible anymore. And coming soon as well will be weapons from the scooter, which is, what everybody's really been waiting for. Like running over people, that's cool, but this is Postal, like it's not GTA. GTS, Grand Theft Scooter. Is that a thing?
In Postal, or maybe in Edenson.
Right. And our new weapon, the Fornicator, the 4-barrel shotgun. If you guys saw the posts that we made on the Twitter and the Facebook.
Yeah, if you didn't, go look at it. It's fucking rad.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, these are pretty significant and insignificant things all at the same time. Like we just sort of give you updates as we do them, and then hopefully we can get you some more actual content that we've been working
soon.
on. But it's going to be pretty. I think it's going to make I think it's going to make everybody laugh. It's so good that Kelsey put on red lipstick for it today.
Yep, just for that occasion.
I didn't know that she was such a girly girl until we started this podcast, and now I know.
Don't make me throw up.
Yeah, you stream Switch games. You're not a girly girl.
What is that supposed to
Are
be?
you gonna stream Animal Crossing anytime soon?
I did, actually, last week. Mm-hmm.
My wife has over 250 hours in that game, and she's never played any other video game since I've known her.
Never?
That's what quarantine does to people. We had this Switch, and nobody was using it for anything, obviously. And at one point, she was just like, I need to play something. I was like, I think you'll like this game. And then, 2 months later, I was like, fuck this game. Everywhere I look, she's playing it. She can barely do things when we drive because she gets motion sick, but she's playing
Mike J getting ignored for Animal Crossing confirmed.
Yeah, it happened. And that's fine. I don't care. I'm a game developer. If my wife wants to be addicted to games for a while. But since she went back to work, hasn't touched the game.
Yep.
Not even one little bit. because they're over.
That's kind of what happened to me when, you guys brought me on. Like, I was playing it all through the summer and then just stopped. I looked at the Halloween update, but I've been on it like 2 days this month.
Is your island a mess?
With weeds, yeah, but I'm growing some pumpkins and they're super cute, so I'm excited about that.
I guess I'm gonna have to tell her to pick up the Switch and play Postal. Because then, then my wife can say she's actually played the game I make, which would be nice. She did once try. It was not great. She's not.
Well, Postal's hard, so.
Yeah, she's not, like I said, she's not a gamer, so playing a game that has a separated camera from movement, it's not the most easy thing to pick up from the cold.
That's fair.
Like Animal Crossing, you just go left, right, up, and down. That's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Will Denim Man ever make a comeback into Postal 2? He means 4, I'm sure. No, he will not be coming back to Postal 2. Yes, he will be coming back to Postal 4. We can't tell you where, we can't tell you when, but Denim Man is coming back hot at some point. At least I think he is. He'd better, team. We've discussed this. I'm streaming Postal 1 on November 17th. Good Lord, man. Are you trying to celebrate our 23-year anniversary by streaming Postal 1? That sounds like something that my in-house streamer should be doing.
Send me that Pro controller, though.
Well, Postal 1 is not on Switch. Okay, Postal 1 is just on PC. Not Postal Redux. Actual Postal 1. I'm going to torture you by making you stream actual Postal 1 after playing Postal Redux, and you'll be like, this game sucks so bad.
Actually, I don't have a problem with OG Postal on PC. I almost 100%ed it.
Fine. Your next task is to stream Postal 3. And you have to beat it.
Fuck.
And you have to beat it in every different way. You have to get every single ending.
Bro, why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. I just, I tried to stream it a while back with Civi. Civi came onto my stream, and I never actually finished it. I played for one day for a couple of hours. It was great.
I mean, with Civi, it would be fun, though.
Yeah, we had a gay old time. We had a good time doing it. But, it's not a great game. It's not a great game. In fact, it's really bad. And I'm going to rant for a second. One of our YouTube moderators, who is a little bitch, he continuously defends Postal 3 on Twitter. And it's not like he says it's a good game. He's like, I just think that the anti-Postal 3 hype is too big. It's not that bad. And it's like, yeah, it is, man. That game fucking sucks.
There's always an outlier that has to be like, no, everybody hates this thing, but so I'm going to be counter to that, and I'm going to like...
To be fair, he's on a mod team that is making like a total conversion to the game, right? So he's got to pretend it's better than it is. And he is.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. But, I don't know why you'd make a mod for Postal 3.
Joe Sack says, question, will we stop crying about a 10-year-old game and finally take some responsibility? Those terrible ideas were the fault of RWS. Since the release of Postal 3, you've released unfinished products, used P3 terrible jokes and ideas, and outsourced Postal yet again. The only thing you learned from Postal 3 was to avoid any kind of innovation. For starters, I don't think Postal 3's ideas suck. The game is just fine as a design. The game's execution was garbage. And it wasn't garbage until the team left, and then the second team left. So, yes. Hold on. What's up? Should be unlocked. Who's here? Oh, I have a package. Cool, thank you. Anyway, we've released unfinished products. Yes, on early access. We didn't sell it as a finished product for $50. Okay. We've outsourced Postal yet again. Yes, we have. I don't think the outsourcing was the problem. I mean, come on. Come on. Defend me here, Kels.
Yeah, I know, I agree. And also, I don't know why anyone would be complaining about outsourcing again, considering the teams that we're working with now for brain damage.
Yeah.
Like that game is going to be fucking amazing.
Right.
So.
Like if you're gonna go back into the Postal 3 debacle, it's like, well, what games did they make? And it's like all these Pirates games, which they were fine, but then they made like Corkscrew Rules. That was a real good game. We really made a great choice there. Sorry, I just had to yell at Joe.
It's
Joe
okay.
Cocker or whatever his name is. Corey Cruz is easily the best thing about the game. True. That's true. Joe Sack, give your balls a tug. That's what I like to see, Pedro. Thank you. I like it when he gives a little shoresy. So, obviously, the news of the week, the month, the millennia, the 2020, is that Cyberpunk was again delayed. Not even a day after they confirmed on Twitter with somebody who was taking their days off of work that it was not delayed. Why would you even say that?
I know.
I mean, I know
the whole
these big
thing was a
companies.
mess.
Yeah, I know they don't think that they're gonna fail lot checks, but like, they did on multiple consoles.
I mean, with a game of that size, like they should have kind of expected that.
Right, and to me, just announcing that it was gold was a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
just say it's done when it's done. Like that's where these studios, these studios go wrong all the time by having to announce a release date and then, oh, just kidding, we can't meet it, or we failed to check or whatever, and then push it back, and that's just what upsets everybody. So just leave it open, say it's done when it's done. People will wait without being upset that way.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
But I think the worst part was the executives coming out and saying crunch really wasn't that bad.
We only needed them to work on one Saturday, and it was completely optional.
I'm like, but people are clocking in like 100+ hours in a week. Like, that's insanity. It's been a lot of
complaints. There's been a lot of internal complaints coming from a lot of places that I've heard personally from people I know in the industry.
I've heard some things through people who know developers over there too, and I'm just like, you can't. If you're gonna go that route with your game and how you run your studio, you have to be able to own up to it and not just pass it off like it's not that bad or whatever. Like, if that's what you did, own up to it. Right. I mean, all I'm gonna say is it better be a masterpiece for what these developers have gone through. And for how long it's been in development and how hyped it's been. So,
I mean, Red Dead was a masterpiece.
And that I didn't even play it.
Delayed a year, and
I played the first one, but I haven't played the second one yet.
So I realized that this is fucking horrible, and it was stupid executive decisions, and crunch is really, really bad, and it all sucks for everybody. But for fuck's sake, people, why are you threatening them with death?
That's so embarrassing, dude. Like, I hate being associated with gamers when they pull shit like this. Like, even when it was to Naughty Dog, like, I understood criticisms for, like, The Last of Us Part 2 and stuff, but when you resort to death threats and coming after, like, voice actors or other, like, developers that were involved, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, who the fuck raised you?
Right. Well, clearly nobody.
Yeah, apparently. It's just so embarrassing. Please stop doing that. If you are one of those people that watch or is watching right now and does that, like, please knock it the fuck off. Like, that's so uncalled for.
You know what? If you want to death threat a developer, just go tie a belt around your neck and do not have a spotter, and then jerk off while you're asphyxiating yourself. And, oops, sorry. That's what you deserved. I mean, look, it sucks. But if anybody's learned anything about game development, it's that there's going to be delays no matter what, period. Yep. Whether it's 2 months, whether it's 2 days, whether it's a fucking year, whether it's 2 or 3 years even. It's just the way it is. And that's already with the crunch built in, okay? Like, these people are already bending over backwards and breaking their necks and ruining their lives and ruining their relationships. And most of them are not going to see a piece of the action later on. Like, they might they might get a small bonus, but, a dev making 20 grand because the game did well is nothing compared to the executives they're making, hundreds of millions of dollars. So there is no bonus that is going to cover the shit they've been through
And that's not even guaranteed because
No.
at Gearbox, they went through the same thing. Oh, if Borderlands 3 does well, you all will get a bonus. And did they end up getting their bonuses? No.
Well,
Like,
some people wipe their ass with people's bonus money, so.
I just like, and this is, I mean, I'm not justifying it, but this is a result of how the games industry is growing since it's the largest entertainment industry in the world.
Yeah.
And the highest grossing. Like, there's going to be higher standards and there's going to be more pressure. And, you know, of course, money is the motive for every company, really. It's just more so than others. But the higher, you know, or more AAA you are, you know, the higher the pressure is going to be in the standards and with your investors and your fans and all of that. So it's just like you want to do everything in your power to make it cost effective and to not upset people, but it usually ends up blowing up in your face when you try to do that.
It's pretty fucked up.
Like we see here.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. I mean, as we said the last time we talked about this, like, should we not buy the game?
I know, it's just so torn, honestly, because I've been looking forward to this game and I really want, you know, to experience everyone's hard work and I want to give money and make sure that they're getting paid regardless, but it's like, you know, they worked their ass off and they undoubtedly have sacrificed so much of their lives and their well-being and their mental health and stuff to get this out into people's hands. So like, I do want to support them, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't want my dollar to be like, yeah, okay, Insane Crunch is all right. You know what I mean? It's just like, what do you do in that circumstance?
Yeah, like the only thing that dictates it is our spending dollars, and we're all going to buy it anyway. So
exactly.
But that doesn't mean we can't scream and yell about it on this podcast. So we've talked about it ad nauseum, that's not the kind of culture we have at Running with Scissors. And, you know, that's all we can really do.
We need to talk about unions more and just like game development, getting more involved with them and being protected by them. But it's just such a slippery slope with that here in the US, because even though it's like illegal to retaliate against anyone that unionizes, like companies will find a way. Like I've seen it happen to colleagues in the past that have tried to unionize, and they will, like, whether it's like blacklisting you from career advancement or events or something like that, or just shunning you every day at work to where you have like a toxic environment. It's just, they'll find a way to slowly phase you out so you're not a problem anymore at those you know, more established studios, I should say. But we need to talk about it, and we need to make it, you know, or the media needs to talk about it more, I think, because they would bring more attention to it than, you know, us on the podcast, or like me on my
you mean the 40 people that listen to our podcast?
But yeah, unions, please save game developers. They need you.
Is there going to be a Postal 2 DLC to tie in Postal 4 when Postal 4 is fully released? No, there's not.
Man, why are y'all thinking about DLC already? Like, I'm not even thinking about DLC.
Well, this guy wants Postal 2 DLC.
I mean, that would be cool to put some nods in there, but like, we don't even have the week finished.
Wouldn't it be nice if the game didn't crash so much? How about we fix it?
I just did all those runs, and there was 5 crashes total.
You're an outlier.
Hey, no, I usually cause crashes, so that's amazing that I only got 5 between Postal 2, Apocalypse Weekend,
404 here.
Paradise Lost.
What do we think about Akela? I think I've said enough I need to say about Akela over time. They did what they did. They know what they did wrong. We know what we did wrong. Maybe it's going to fail. That's not a question. Are we going to make a Postal 4 crotchy controller? I don't know. I guess I should contact a controller company. Who does that these days? Mad Cats? Is that still a company?
I think.
I don't.
I haven't heard about them much.
Yeah, I guess I should contact some controller companies and see who wants to make a ball sack controller. I'm sure that there will be companies just chomping at the bit to make that controller. That sounds like something that's going to happen. We'll try. So I know I tasked Kelsey with some homework since the last podcast.
Yes.
You want to give us
I got it half
us your book report?
So I'm fucking busy all the time. Let me preface, this by saying that. But I was only able to get halfway through the first season of The Mandalorian. But like every student in high school, when they have a book report due the next day and they haven't actually finished the book, I read the Cliff Notes.
So you know what happened. You didn't even watch the last episode after skipping all that just to see that dope shit happen?
I didn't have time. I enjoyed what I watched so far, but I know what happens in the first season and even in the first episode of the second season.
Well, don't tell me that because I haven't watched the second season, first episode yet. It's on. Of course. It's going to happen tonight. We're having some friends over.
But it's, I like it because I like the whole concept of bounty hunting and stuff, and so that was interesting to me.
The father-son relationship.
Exactly, and him having a change of heart with the child and being like, no, I want to protect.
But I love you.
I want to protect. It's so cute. I love it.
It was very good, and there's more to come. And I don't know if you've ever watched any of the Clone Wars or the Rebels stuff. Have you watched any of that?
I've seen like clips of the Clone Wars, but I haven't watched it.
The guy Jon Favreau did most of The Mandalorian, but one of the main guys involved, his name is Dave Filoni. He's actually been like personally responsible for like just about all the offshoot stuff like Clone Wars and Rebels, and they're all very, very good. Like there's plenty of kiddie stuff in there, but it's all like really cool condensed episodes that kind of like get you, they pass time really well. They give you backstory that's really important, and then there's a lot of new stuff that you just would never get. So if you're like, I really have all this free time in the world, there's 7 seasons of Clone Wars, and the first like 5 seasons have 20 something episodes apiece. So there's a lot of Star Wars shit out there to watch that's pretty damn good considering the shit that we got for so long. So
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the Clone Wars. I probably should have watched that over the newer movies.
Yeah, it's better. It is. I mean, once you get to like season 4, it's like really, really, really good. The first few seasons, like it's good stuff and it's fun to watch, but once you get like past the first 3 seasons, it's just like really, really amazing stuff. Someone wants me to sing the Animaniacs theme song. Shout the Animaniacs theme song.
Are you going to do it?
We're the Animaniacs. We have pay or play contracts. Was that good?
Yes.
All right, I did it. MikeJ and MikeJ with a wig. Should that be the new title of our podcast? If I wore red lipstick.
But our voices are like on the complete opposite side of the audio spectrum.
It's going to be Kelsey and Man Kelsey. I'm going to wear a mop on my head.
I mean, that would work, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. So,
okay.
Rogue One was fucking dope. That's true. I did like Rogue One. That was a good movie. Good film. So, speaking of games that did come out, the new Watch Dogs game.
How is it? I know you've been playing it.
I'm only maybe like 2 hours in, but it's really good. Like, I've spent a lot of time playing Watch Dogs 2, and it was really awesome. But it was like pretty upbeat. Like it had this Mr. Robot vibe, but it wasn't dark. It was just kind of like everything was so well lit and nothing seemed overly serious, and it was kind of like douchey. But this is.
But if you like Mr. Robot, you'll like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a Mr. Robot like kind of mixed with Black Mirror vibe. I mean, it's in London, so I think as somebody in the team chat said the other day, this is the first real open world game where you have to drive on the left side of the road, which it definitely fucks with you. Like it's weird. But it is really cool and it's like different enough from Watch Dogs 2 that it's fun to play. The controls are a little different and there's a lot of physical combat. Like Watch Dogs 2, like you shot a lot of people and you hit them with that like thing he had around his waist, that like rope, that metal rope thing. But this one, there's like a lot of you fight people a lot, so it's pretty cool. I really do like it, and it is out. We do not have to wait for it. But I did have a problem with it, and this is going to be my rant about fucking Ubisoft and Ubisoft Connect. I bought the game on Epic Games Store because I have endless problems with it used to be called Uplay with Ubisoft Connect with Watch Dogs 2. I thought that would maybe solve my problem, but it doesn't because all that Epic Games Store does is it uses Ubisoft Connect to verify you own the game. And when the game launched yesterday, I couldn't launch the game out of Epic Game Store because it said I needed a CD key, and there was no fucking CD key.
What?
So I opened up my Ubisoft Connect, and it shows that I own the game there because clearly the Epic Game Store like ties into Ubisoft Connect, and you can see the CD key. It's like CD key right there. So I copied it and I tried running it through Epic Game Store, and it says put in your CD key. So I put in my CD key, and it says you already own this game. So it wouldn't let me play. So this is how I ended up getting it to work, and this is really fucking stupid. Since Ubisoft Connect says I own the game, I downloaded the game in Ubisoft Connect, and I deleted it from Epic Game Store, and then it ran. Now,
why is this so complicated?
I don't know. And this might have been fixed by now. Like, this might have just been an opening bug, but clearly I'm not going to go re-download it again. Like, not that I care about a 50 gig download, except I do nowadays because we have caps at home, and you get warned about them by fucking Comcast, and you will eventually get charged. So that's great. Had to download it twice. I think I downloaded it a third time actually on my desktop at home, so that if I want to play it while I'm sitting at the desktop, I can.
This is why I usually avoid Ubisoft games, because I too have hated Uplay, and I think it's just like one of the worst clients I've ever used, and I've had to use it a lot for jobs and stuff previously, especially my last job, because we had a lot of outsourced Ubisoft content there, so I would always have to test it, and I'm just like, this is just like,
yeah,
why?
my problem,
I don't get paid enough for this.
during Watch Dogs 2, I like had to flip a coin whether it would even run or not. Like I would run it, and it would give me some error like cannot connect to Ubisoft Connect's servers, and I'm like, but I don't care about the fucking servers. I just want to play.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they got hacked.
I heard.
Game about hackers gets hacked. I mean, the company, and they are threatening to release the source code.
Is it still going on?
I don't know. I don't really follow up on that stuff. It's like if I was a hacker, would I be a white hat? I don't know. How much do I like the man? Oh, and there was a bug in Legion that was bricking and shutting down Xboxes, and the mission itself was called 404. Now the question is that intentional? Is that like Metal Gear Solid making you plug in the controller so that it can vibrate your other controller? Are they fucking with you? Are they just trying to fuck your shit up? Or is that
I would find that funny, honestly, if it was
like,
intentional.
just kidding, guys. It's a fake bug. But you
It's a
have to buy
feature.
new Xboxes now. Sorry.
Oh no!
I think
We're
that
getting
would be a great what is it called? Class action lawsuit. A bunch of Xbox owners are suing Ubisoft to buy them new Xboxes because they're bricked. Thanks, Ubisoft. Thank you. The game is good though, so if you haven't checked out Watch Dogs Legion, I think you should check it out.
I do like Watch Dogs, so the first one. That's the one I played.
I didn't play Watch Dogs 1. I only played Watch Dogs 2, and it was recently because it was free. But then I realized what I was missing. I was missing all these hacker games, and I'm really a big fan of the Mr. Robot stuff, so it definitely, like...
Me too.
Definitely kind
I
of...
should check this one out.
Yeah, you should. I agree.
Add it to my backlog of 800 games. Yay!
Well, if you weren't just replaying the same game on streams every week, you could just play new games on streams every week.
I try.
But
I have 2 days in the beginning of the week where I can play whatever I want, and then I have Wednesday is Classic Doom, Thursday is Community Night, so it's whatever my community wants to play, and then Friday is a cooking stream. So I only
sounds
really
like
get 2
you
days.
just need to make more of your own decisions.
Well,
You're
they
a
only
strong,
make decisions
powerful
for
woman
me
in 2020.
on Thursday. Am I though? Like, I think
Yes.
we're all like weak right now.
All of you, or
20
all humans?
No, humans in 2020 this year.
I don't know. I saw that the president the other day said that all women should support him because they're happy that their husbands went back to work.
What?
Yeah. Just add it to the list of tone deaf things.
I'm just amazed that it's, he still manages to say
Wake up.
something tone deaf.
Black Mesa. Did you ever play Black Mesa?
You know what? Half-Life is probably the FPS that I've played the least
What?
compared to everything. I know. I really need to go back and give it another run.
what?
But I can appreciate
if you're
it.
going to play Half-Life, don't play Half-Life. Play Black Mesa.
Got it.
Considering you now work with 2 of the Black Mesa devs on our team.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, 2 of our animators came from the Black Mesa team, and I think both of them were there since the very beginning, so they were on the team for 15 years.
Holy crap.
Yeah. They're going to be releasing a new definitive version of Black Mesa soon, version 1.5. So if you didn't have enough or any at all, get ready for some more. Support those guys, man. That was a fucking passion project, to say the least.
That's a long fucking time to be working on that.
I
So
know.
yeah, I will support. I will play the definitive edition.
That's not as many years as Half-Life 3's been in development.
That's true.
Fucking Half-Life 3.
At least Alex was good. That's what I heard.
Alex was great. I highly recommend that if you have a VR kit.
I love VR, but I don't own one yet. But I've worked with it a lot at previous jobs.
Get an Oculus.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know all about that,
not.
and I'm really fucking mad about that, by the way, because the Quest was my favorite headset out of all the ones that I've used because of the wireless.
Well, you can't get rid of
tracking.
Facebook if you want an Oculus.
But there are people working out there to hack it and circumvent the mandatory Facebook login.
That's fine, but then they will just update their stuff to make it so you need.
And then it'll be an endless cycle of people breaking it further.
Like
and
screwing people's, like they have multiple kits at home, and then you can't use each of your kits to play your games.
Yeah, that's such bullshit. Why? Who the fuck thought up this idea and thought it was good? It was dead on arrival,
Zuckerbot,
basically.
Probably.
I'm just.
Zucker,
like
Zucker and Palmer.
pigeonholing.
Zuck and Palmer were just sitting in a room thinking of evil things to do.
They would, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I just I don't know why you would want to alienate everybody that doesn't use a Facebook on that. I just don't get the alienation that some companies do, like exclusivity or debt or any of that. I'm just like.
I mean, as I've said before, if Epic was like, we're going to give you $20 million to be EGS exclusive, I couldn't not think about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're offering you the money you need to complete your game and then some.
Or the money I need to live.
And retire tomorrow.
Right. Like, we don't think that's going to happen, but Tim Sweeney, if you're listening, $20 million would probably make us think about it. A lot. So it's ads time. Time for some ads. We've been waiting for these things for a while, and we finally got them.
I know what it is.
Fresh off the boat. Fresh off the boat from Pakistan. Running with Scissors, masks. This is Kelsey's favorite one. It says load zone on it.
Why are you so loud for? Shh.
It's not perverted. That's actually just a sign from Postal 2. It just happens to be on your face.
You implied it to be perverted, okay?
No, I just meant that you really like Postal 2 and you liked the loads. Then we have this crotchy one. I'm a little disappointed in these crotchy ones. As you can see, he's very small.
He is small.
They fucked up. They fucked this up. This one, as you can see, the little tiny running with scissors signs, those are supposed to be the border. This whole thing was supposed to be blown up. There was bleed built into the art, and they shrunk it, and they printed the bleed.
Ugh. At least you can still tell it's a ball sack from far away.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely crotchy. And then we have this one. This is the one that sold the most so far. Just a nice running with scissors one in this beautiful red.
The classy running with scissors one.
And then this is the one I'm wearing today. The one that just has the Postal 4 logo.
Yes.
So we have these 4 masks. They're $12 each on our website. Postalgames.com, postalswag.com, runningwithscissors.com. However you want to get there, grab these masks. They're actually pretty good quality. It's like a hockey jersey quality on the outside, and then there's like a nice piece of cotton cloth on the inside, and there is a little gap. So if you want to put a filter in there, you can put a filter in there too. Or you can hide your drugs. And then if you really wanted a big crotchy, like a really big one, we got our new mouse pads in.
They're like the softest mouse pads ever, by the way.
I know. The other day, one of the guys in the office is next to us was like, ooh, I want one of those. So I sold him one of these, and then he came back later, and he's like, that really was nice and soft. And I was like, yeah,
everyone
it does feel
who has
good.
one
Yeah, it
Can
does
attest
feel
to
good
that.
to put your wrist down on D's nuts.
These nuts.
D's nuts 2020. So anyway, that's all for the ads right now. We got new mouse pads. We got these new face masks. We're probably going to get some new shirts in soon enough. We're going to look at getting the monkey shirts back in eventually. I know people have
Yes,
been
I want
asking
one of
about
those.
This time I think we're going to try to do them differently so they're not like a big heat press on sticker. Those were a little annoying to wear. But they were cool. They were cool. All right, back to the news. Gabe N is looking to move Valve to New Zealand.
Who isn't looking to move to New
Here's
Zealand?
the thing. Okay, so New Zealand was looking like this like paradise, no COVID. They really know what they're doing. And then guess what? The country fails to vote yes on legalizing marijuana.
I fucking saw that and I was like, wow. New Zealand was like the shining beacon of hope for the rest of
Really?
the world
Totally
recently. And I was like,
fucking
what the fuck
stupid.
happened?
Yeah. I mean, really, get the fuck out of here, New Zealand. I mean, number one, Postal's banned there, so fuck New Zealand, right? Number one. Number two, weed is still banned there. And not because the government says so. Because people said so. It was a fucking referendum. What is this, fucking Brexit for New Zealand? Weed exit? Like,
you would
come
think
on.
it would already be legalized there because of how chill everybody seemed.
Right.
But now it's just like, what? Like
I know.
2020 with a new twist.
I wonder if Oshry was like super banking on weed being legal.
I saw him post about it and he was like lame.
He's a fellow tribesman. He's a fellow Jew, just like me.
Yeah, he's a homie for sure.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, Dave Oshry, he's one of the owners of New Blood Interactive.
Doing the most out there.
He moved to New Zealand like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a really cool view of the beach. Boy.
Dude, I'm so jealous of his house. It's so nice. Overlooking the nice beach, and he's got a large patio to barbecue and all of that. I'm
But
just
guess
like,
what?
oh,
Weed's still illegal.
I know. I'm just like, even if I wanted to come over and hang out with Dave and barbecue, I couldn't bring weed.
Right. Or Postal.
Or Postal. That's right. I couldn't play fucking Postal on my Switch there. Would they come arrest me if I was playing Postal?
Yeah, they would know. Nintendo would report you. I saw that Jared Leto's Joker is coming back. Now, okay, that movie
Are you
sucked
going to
balls.
defend it? Are you going to defend his
I'm not going to defend
Joker?
it. I think that movie was fucking trash, okay? And I thought that the scenes with him in it were trash, but I didn't think his Joker was that bad. It was just very different, and I think if the right director was giving him a movie, it would probably be acceptable. I don't think it would be good. But I'm not sure just shoehorning him into this Justice League.
I mean, that's fair. Like, I didn't think it was the worst thing I ever saw, but coming off the backs of like some amazing Jokers, I was like,
and now we have another amazing one. Do we need that back?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that. I don't know who else asked for that. So
I don't know. I really don't know. Damn, we have more Ubisoft news to talk about. Who the fuck?
Oh yeah, the delays, right?
Pushing back Far Cry 6, Rainbow Six Quarantine to 2022. Is working from home behind all those delays. I mean, it's possible. When you take a big AAA team that's never worked remotely, it is a fucking huge culture shift for these people to be working at home. That's
very true. I think it has something to do with it, but I don't think that would be like the end all be all why things are getting delayed. I mean, they may have even taken cues from recent events and been like, oh, we don't want to upset people by keep putting out a release date. We might not.
Let's just back it up a year and a half.
Exactly.
I mean, when Dune was delayed for a year, I almost cried. That was sad. And I have heard that there have been some screenings of it, and people are like, holy fuck. That's how good it is.
Really? It's coming out next December, right?
Next November.
Oh, November? Oh.
I know. It's like
so
a huge
long.
delay. And I understand the point of doing it. I get it. Fucking Tenet didn't make shit. I saw it in the theater, but I rented a theater for me and my friends. but clearly nobody else did. I mean, these movies do cost $200 million. They need to make their money back at the box office.
Yep.
I get it. And more importantly, we want the Dune book to be finished. So they didn't already film the second part of the book. So if they release it and it doesn't get viewed, that was kind of the fear all along, because Villeneuve's movies like don't get great box offices. Like, I mean, what was it? He did Blade Runner. I mean, the movie's fucking amazing. It was better than the original, and nobody saw it in the theater. But this is a little more mainstream to do something as big as Dune, and the cast is just insane. And I did just finish reading it again right before they canceled it, so I was like, fuck, it's fresh in the brain.
Now you're going to have to read it again.
No, now I'm going to have to go watch the Lynch version and be like, what the fuck did I just watch? I hear there's like 25 different versions of the Lynch one. Maybe I should watch a different version of it.
To be fair, that's how I react every time I watch any David Lynch film.
Did you watch Twin Peaks, the new season?
I have not watched Twin Peaks yet.
Oh, you've never even seen the originals?
No, I've seen the originals, but
Okay.
not the new ones.
Oh, it's something.
Is it better or worse? More interesting?
So,
Or-
like, Twin Peaks, the show was, like, quirky and, you know, like, kind of lighthearted horror and weird.
Right.
This is, like, crazy. Crazy. Just fucking crazy. And, like, a lot of, like, psycho horror stuff. And, like, there's one episode where there's just white noise playing on the screen for extended periods of time. And I don't mean like 5 seconds. I mean like 20 plus seconds at a time, multiple times. And
just to
then-
fuck with you,
yeah.
or what?
I don't know. And then one of the last episodes, it almost shows them like driving from one town to another in real time, like out the front window. There's no talking. It's just showing just psycho. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's a very divisive topic. Like, people are huge fans of the new Twin Peaks season, and then there's a lot of people that think it is the worst shit ever put on TV. Like, my wife stopped watching it. She couldn't even handle watching it because it was so like poor to her brain.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much David Lynch.
That's
Like,
just
yeah.
about everything he does. I mean, to be fair, the Dune movie, while it was weird for a Dune movie, was not a super weird Lynch film. It was pretty close to the source material for Lynch, but it's not great. It's very condensed.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten to watch a David Lynch film once and understood it from start to finish. Like, I've had to watch his films multiple times to be like, oh, okay, that's a new thing I didn't fucking pick up on. Oh, that makes sense now for the third time through. Like, I mean, I admired his stuff because of that, though. Like, how it also is very ambiguous a lot of the time and
Yeah.
open for
Right.
interpretation.
You interpret how you want.
Exactly.
Well, I think we're going to put some Lynch reference stuff in Postal Force. So.
Hell yeah. There was a Twin Peaks reference in Ion Fury, if you played Ion Fury.
I only played a little bit of Ion Fury.
You need to finish it. Everyone needs to go play Ion Fury.
Everybody should play Ion Fury.
Yes.
Give those guys your support because of that gay soap that got all the bad news. When that came out, I was like, we are fucked. If that
That
is going to
pisses
get you
people off,
canceled.
yeah.
If you're going to get canceled for one little soap that says gay, we are fucked. I don't
Well,
think it was
to
the
be
soap.
fair, it originated from a forum that is known for their outrage for the littlest things in
Yeah.
games or whatever. So it's like people shouldn't even taken it seriously.
I
honestly.
also think that for a game like that, they might overreact. For a game like ours, they're like, well,
It's expected.
of course,
Yeah.
those guys have that stupid
But
shit.
not even, because Ion Fury is a build engine game, and Duke Nukem had a lot of
I know.
like racy stuff
I
in
know.
it, and I just don't know.
I know. Our next topic, which Pedro wrote, is not a topic. Hi, Josh. Josh is here.
Hey, Josh.
This is
the new panty model of the.
yeah. This is Josh. Josh is the art director for Postal 4.
What up, guys?
We're going to lunch here in a little bit.
How you
So
fuckers doing? Can I say
yeah.
fuckers? I can say
yeah,
fuckers,
you can
right?
say fuckers. It's fine. I took a shit before this podcast. That's what Pedro wrote in the topics. That's true. I did. I
I
don't
feel
know
like
what
that's
more-
something the fans would want to know, though.
Yeah, I mean, you should know that I'm not pinching one off while trying to finish this podcast. It was taken care of in advance. So thanks, Pedro. SRGI says gabagool, Josh, gabagool. He says gabagool back. So, I guess the only thing I wanted to kind of talk about to end this show was all these shows that were canceled this year. I mean, obviously we kind of knew this was going to happen. Like, it just seemed like it was going that way. And, R.I.P. Mindhunters.
Wait, I just looked at the topic and I saw Shameless is on there. They
Showtime
canceled it?
basically took like all their shows and said no more.
Oh, well, I knew that was going to happen once Emmy Rossum left.
Yeah, I mean, Homeland, the way it ended seemed like a proper ending to the show, but then there was kind of musings that they wanted to make another season, and they're not.
I
Ray
wanted to
Donovan.
start watching Homeland.
Homeland
Should
is
I?
very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It gets much better. Like, the first season's really good, then there's a couple of lull seasons, but it gets much, much better. Ray Donovan, I watched the whole thing, and it's fine, but I'm not going to cry that it's gone. Dark Crystal, that's a little sad that they brought that back. They had all those nice puppets from the original Dark Crystal, and now it's gone. And then I see they canceled the show away. I'm not even done with the first season. I'm like 6 episodes in. It's this cool like space show with Hilary Swank. It's pretty cool, and canceled. All these canceled shows.
Netflix canceled that that new show that was based off of that graphic novel. I'm Not Okay With This, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
I liked that one. Like it ended on a really like explosive note and also with a cliffhanger. And then they're like, yeah, we're not bringing it back. I'm like, why? Like that's same with the Punisher season 2. Like they always do that. They cancel it right on
They canceled all of the Marvel shows.
the Disney thing acquisition.
But that's okay because on Disney Plus they're going to have endless Star Wars shows soon.
Endless?
They're going to be
endless.
making one about Cass from Rogue One. You know, the assassin guy on the team. He's going to get a show.
I think I saw parts of Rogue One.
Okay, well then that won't mean anything to you.
Yep.
We're going to be getting an Obi-Wan show probably.
Okay,
starring
that'd be
Ewan.
cool.
He's going to get an actual like good director to give him an opportunity to play that character for real. And then I think there's going to be some Old Republic stuff. They're going to do a lot of the stuff that they were looking to potentially do in the theater, but they're going to do it on Disney Plus instead, which makes sense to me. Like, I mean, we talked about this last podcast that Disney was going to be starting to like pivot away from these like, massive budget theatrical productions.
We also don't know what the future of theaters is going to be like too.
Yeah.
I think it's too early to say because we don't even know when the end date of this pandemic will be, if it'll ever have an end. I don't know. I think like the new normal will just be people having to wear masks all the time. I mean,
it's been the new normal in Japan for 100 years, so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I would get used to it, I guess. I don't know.
At least our day-to-day doesn't change much.
That's true.
We've been remote since the 2010s, early 2010s. Okay, well, that was a good episode. We almost filled an hour. Not that I don't like talking to you directly, but I do miss our Canadians on the podcast.
I know. Like, it's nice to have just a, third opinion.
Somebody that actually knows more about the industry than us.
Too.
It would be nice. But I think our next episode, we're going to have Pedro on. Nobody's ever heard his voice. So
voice reveal.
Yeah, I hear his voice is really weak. Or he has weak Portuguese voice. That's not a Portuguese accent. But weak Portuguese voice coming in hot next ep. And I don't think we're going to have the Canadians on for a while. They got a lot on their plate right now. And every hour we spend doing this is an hour that they're not spending making your favorite game. I hope.
True.
Your favorite game. The best game. And they're not crunching. Which means they should have free time to come on the podcast. So somehow this argument is becoming circular. Gonna have to think about that. Well, anyway, thanks, Kels. And
thank you.
Yeah. And thanks,
fun.
Josh. Thanks, Josh, for showing up.
Thanks,
Give
Josh.
everybody one more gabagool. There it is, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Later.